Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a Revolting review. I am Random Ross, and today I review Alien Romulus. So, this is the latest installment in the Alien franchise, the ninth film, I believe, if you don't exclude the Alien vs. Predator films. So this is directed by Fabe Alvarez, starring Kaylee Spady, David Johnson, Archie Redknapp or something, Isabella Marked, Spike Firm, and Aline Wu. So this is a sci-fi body horror where some colonists are planning to do some sort of a heist in space. Well, go to this ship called the Romulus to get some cryogenic tanks so they can go to this far out colony to get away from their current colony at the Weyland Corporation. And when they come across the ship Romulus, which is two ships, one side called Romulus, the other side called Remus, where they go to get these cryo things, and they soon discover that they awaken face huggers that want a host to become the full developed Xenomorph, and then it turns into a game of cat and mouse, where one by one each of them's picked off by this alien creature, alien creatures, the Xenomorphs, it turns into a fight for survival. Also, this one takes place between the first two movies, Alien and Aliens, where they find the Xenomorph from the first movie, spoiler alert, that got blasted into space in the original film. They find it on an asteroid and find it laid dormant, and the Romulus experimented with things they shouldn't, and it led to the events of this movie. So, what did I like about this film? Well, I'll get one thing out of the way. This was a bit slow at the start. I gotta admit, it was a little bit of a snooze fest for me. At the very beginning, that was the first act. It was just slow. They were like traveling from space, getting there, etc. But it soon escalated and picked up. And once it got going, once we saw those face huggers return, coming out of the water, defrosting and what have you, I was like, now the action begins. And we do see the Xenomorph, the facehuggers return, unleashing their embryos into human hosts, and they successfully do so in one of them, and they have a chest burst scene. We also see like the full life cycle of the Xenomorph. We see like the chest burst to baby, but then it turns out there's another bit we never really saw, where they develop into a cocoon and then come out a full-grown Xenomorph very rapidly and quickly. But yeah, I like that we got the return of the Xenomorphs. This is what we all have wanted an Alien movie to be. Return to form, and it is. We get a return to form for the franchise. Clearly, the prequels weren't doing as well as they hoped. Ridley Scott is still involved though as a producer. It's got his company on it, with Scott Free. And we have the Xenomorphs return. Again, they look menacing, they look hideous, they look ugly, they look monstrous, because that is them, the Xenomorphs. We also get the return of not Ash, but the same model of his android, that were originally played by Ian Holm in the first movie. But in this one, it's a CGI'd Ian Holm as a half android ripped apart that they find on the ship. Yeah, CGI'd. That seems to be a thing now, but this one, you could tell it was CGI, and there were moments in there that were off-putting. I mean, of course, it wasn't going to be actually Ian Holm because he's dead now. He died a couple of years back, and he, obviously they got a state approval to use his likeness and stuff for this film. But yeah, I thought in some moments his scenes were alright and necessary, but you know, when we first see him, you can tell it's CG. But again, it gives us more connections to the original film, which I liked. They even mentioned the Prometheus, and then it turns out the Weyland Corporation have been harnessing the Xenomorph DNA to enhance humans to help them better survive in space colonies, because that's what they're doing. And that's what the Weyland Corporation wants the creatures for. But of course, they don't learn, because, you know, people that bring it over have hell getting them there, because, you know, the Xenomorphs are reckless monsters. Also, the final act, we're introduced to a hybrid as well, because one of the characters is pregnant and gets her baby messed up, and that the Xenomorph encounter she has, well, serum she tries on herself. I do feel that the final act did drag on a bit longer than it needed to. I felt that final act, I thought they've defeated the Xenomorphs now. Now we've got this extra bit here where it's this mutant hybrid. I feel that bit did drag on for a little longer than it needed to, but then they defeated it and stuff. Then our character, our main protagonist, Rain, who is an orphan miner, and her android adopted brother, Andy. Well, she attempts to repair him, but Rain also, you know, does the whole classic lone survivor cryostasis messaging sign off and stuff. Will we ever come back to that in this series? They could always do that. I mean, they could always make another one, say taking place between Aliens and Alien 3, where they get back to their story. They could still do that, because given the time jumps and the years between each of these Alien movies, anything could happen in between them, really. So I guess I'd be down for that. But will they make one? I don't know. We'll have to see how this one's doing. Up to now, it's been doing good. It's had some positive reviews, I think. I personally liked it. I didn't think it was as good as Alien and Aliens. Thought it was better than Alien Resurrection and Alien 3, and the two prequels, Prometheus and Covenant. Maybe I'll have to do a ranking of these movies at some point. But yeah, Alien Romulus. What am I going to rate this one? I think I will give this one 3.5 stabs out of 5. 3.5 stabs out of 5 for Alien Romulus. So there you go. There is my review for that one. Have you seen it? What did you think to it? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Russ, and this has been a Revolting review on Alien Romulus. So until next time, don't have nightmares.